Give me Exodus 4:22. And how in the hell did you try to take this Bible and use it for everything? You stupid as hell. You dumb as hell. This Bible is what's supposed to continue. Because this is the book of the Israelite. You should have destroyed this book, you dumb so-called white people. Instead of going around and trying to use the Bible is the book that's going to destroy you.
Excuse me, everyone, I have a brief announcement to make. Jesus was black, Ronald Reagan was the devil, and the government is lying about 9/11. Thank you for your time, and good night.
Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbat, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbat. No one knows what they try to keep it on the toes of all they so much not if I could go with it, because it's something that I should so that you understand every home. It doesn't mean it's over because they can't go from the top, but I can feel it in my soul. They won't get free from what they saw. It's not a stop all over, they cannot exist. So I can feel it in my soul. They won't get free from what they saw. Hey, you shot me forward, we don't get the way, don't get it all. And now we get it, I just said that there is no contest. When we all in this together, so we come together now. So we get in this forever. I don't want to go so I'm ready to be the one my enemies. It's like all the lefties. Listen to my people, they want to sex money and drugs. It's destroying our identity. They need to say the entry. This is going on the system. Instead of fighting for rights, I've been fighting for our land. Now I'm fighting for the men. So fighting for their plan. And I'm saying it's ridiculous. The government is just taking all the different laws. I said, I take the law. My plan, homie, I take the law. It's really first. Some of the worst my house one. Get my nation bars up like house one. Strapped up like California. It's more than I'm going to grab one. That's like I'm acting like so boy games that I'm like. I can keep it. I'm so for my sister. They just don't want you to kill me. So, not if I could go with it. Something that I should so that you understand every home. It doesn't mean it's over because they can't go from the top. But I can feel it in my soul. They want you to do what they tell. I'm over, they cannot they go so I can feel it in my soul. They won't be real what they talk. It's a life fight, cause it's the last call. Christ coming back, baby's looking such a song. You can have the money shopping, walk around the mall. Where you from? Where you at? Battle on the call. Who's the head by the floor? Faded low. They're the drum beat. We're the war. It's the holy one. I speak the holy tongue. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbat. I got the most high power. I ain't here once. I'll be out here ripping till this thing is strong. His grace going screaming, shake their drum. They didn't hear me, they ain't feeling where I'm coming from. But I told everybody we got the trust. But I ain't quite coming back. Now the hell not trying to go to get you to try to stop me. What you thought that I wasn't going to go my voice in? Fuck all of y'all. I see the voice. No one knows the Christmas. I can keep it on the truth. So I can keep it. Not if I could go with it. Something like the shoes on that show. I'm not sure that we know. They want to see this over because they can't go from the top. But I can feel it in my soul. They want to read the way so it's not a stop on over. They cannot appreciate it. So I can feel it in my soul. They want to read the way so I can keep it on the top of my head. They want to feel it in my soul. Not if I could go with it. Something like the shoes on that show. I'm not sure that we know. They want to see this over because they can't go from the top. But I can feel it in my soul. They want to read the way so not a stop on over. They cannot appreciate it. So I can feel it in my soul. They want to read the way so.
Having that thing where you made the fight for right. But I was telling the truth. How many times have I told you you better not even dream about telling white folk the truth? You understand me? Shoot. They can white people right. You better learn how to lie like me. I'm gonna find me a white man to lie to a black man.
Word up, man. That's crazy.
What's like for a nigga like me? 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 Grace time, looking like me. I try to do the right thing like Spike Lee. I know God wanna know my teeth on these hammers, hammers on me, hammers on me.
Ain't no joke, man. Shit ain't no joke. Like a boy crop, no flame, no smoke. You don't got enough for it. It ain't no hope. It's fucked up. I'm just trying to stay afloat. I grew up in the ghetto in the middle of the streets. H-E-L-L. The belly of the beast. Saints came around. I wasn't having no feast when the landlord talking about breaking out of these goddamn. What's next? I'm going to go with your boy. You did it in the fact that I couldn't have nothing that I could have. Love, so I know for the money. It's trying to get drugs. I'm trying to seem like it's on the way out. Every time I get no head, it's get prayed out. Please come to the team, trying to find a way out. Even on my chance, my heart, I can't tell my dad died. Things lost that life to take. He'll think part of the reason I'm the man I am today. And moving on wasn't trying to make, but I had sons now, so I gotta leave them out straight. And even though success is looking unlikely, I stay, I see it break nightly and remain doing the right thing like Spike Lee. What's hard in this life for a nigga like me? All I'm about to fight with my name so feel. I just had heart and my heart's no feel. I'm stay real. Back in the mirror with the sun, I can't lie. Some days I wanna break down and cry. For me and my people, it's fighting to stay alive. Cause even ain't living, we living to survive. It's living in hell to the heavens arrive. Now I mean,
what's like for a nigga like me? 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 Grace God, looking like me. I try to do the right thing like Spike Lee. I know God wanna know my teeth on these hammers, hammers on me, hammers on me. What's like in this life for a nigga like me? Every day I gotta fight my demons. Wake up, thank God I'm breathing. Cause all nightmares, American street, trying to find a way to make it was surrounded by heathens. No stress, long as I got a coat and I'm eating. I'm blessed that I know the most high's the reason. But my house bleeding, my sleep is seeping. Waters in the side of peeping. Type of shit that you say, fuck it, sleeping. Or it's when you sleeping. Or they eat it because it's got come down over the weekend. Laid out like sheep, I'm free. All lives that I have more meaning than another nigga dead in the paper I'm reading. Baby mama preaching every time she's speaking. Talking like she's gonna take the kiss, she's leaving. How we go from kiss to ending up in the deep end. She go swim, lose her way, say no sin. Where does the shame begin and end? Where does the bullshit end? Cause I wake up in the morning, gotta do it again. Go to sleep, go to work, and just do it again. Can't pretend to stand out. It's hard to blend. You want to stand for it? Don't fall to bed. Cause I know good folks got too many friends. Ways to the truth, then you play no offense. All I'm doing is pain. He's have mercy on me. Amen.
it's time for my people to come together and rise up. The only way we gonna stay out royalty back, man, is to do just that, man. Take it back. Call me out, shout out, nigga. Southwest brothers are all present. The wise man told me each one keep one. So I need you to reach out to your brothers and sisters, man. There's no reason she said we can't run from the streets in this day and age, man. So please, have mercy on me.
I was like, what's the hard? I'm the best ever. I'm the most brilliant, vicious, and most ruthless champion in ever been. There's no one can stop me. Live.
ain't only rapping on the box, not like the bitch. You want to eat your best fruits, you best trade more. Hurry, so you got your juice like a rainbow. Hurry, no, that's a meatball. Hurry, we got your sweet for your meatballs. So lost, overtaken by enemies. Miscalculated and illustrated like symphonies. Move operated, but bring the haters to messages. The same shit, let's go to the beats. Yeah, that's why we go to socially. But they just make more fluffy, just why they perfect. Why they go with it, they time more, I'm on your late, let it go to late till I all the race. Time to work, I like it, look at my perspective. Talking in the left, all of you on the side. You know it like my lyrical, it's no like a magic. My style is intentional, my defense is impregnable. And I guess the roach that looks like all that bullshit, you can take it over there, but you run to be out of the way. You're strong to put it first. I'm like, niggas take it, it's so like a nigga, no affiliation, so what's the matter? The Lord's needs, and I get it, nigga, I ain't gonna sign you know, like, but these words are my presence, so rare, you spit cold, I spit cool, get pissed, you know, I'm straight, you can't remember all, you can't press the arms on the bus, you used to it, you got what it is, I'm right here, competition is the middle of that, I stood, I learned on fields, I'm black here, I'd rather be a force than a column, I'm not here for it, something like a devil, so I'm getting away, everything serious, no play, I want to know what they gonna say, shit, you make profits, I'm students like the NBA, I decide I'm on the same page, I'm reading what you said, this is serious, I say you on the foundation, where my first leg, that's how I am, okay, you look at me, just so we don't reach the name, we see what the streets is now, on the best of time, spiritual, Jesus, nigga, I'm just a little taste of reason, but you know, affiliation, when you see us, nigga, affiliation, you see us, but we just a affiliation, so let's kick it, wrong person, you can't bring up you with you. The police just shot him for no apparent reason. No reason at all. They asked for license and registration. That's the police officer over there that did it. It's a black one. I can't believe that you did
Real life, open up the book just to see right. Primitive and our ancestors, puzzle ships who had to keep for life, took us to a place where ain't never safe there. Something in the fruits of our children know they did care. Fresh out of sleep, but we still thinking that they care. Comes in the community, children can't play there. Brothers still be washed and tight for the same cost. Took away our history, believing that we ain't lost. Brother on the Israelite, sin is like kryptonite. Brothers won't free, the robber nigga shit tonight. Praises to the most night. I ain't like most guys. I tell the future, but I learned from a program. Trying out Benjamin and everything on both sides. Background Jamaican history and a new white. I'm an Israelite, die for the Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for the Israelites. Because the Israelites. YAHANNA to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, die for the Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for the Israelites. Because the Israelites. YAHANNA to all my Israelites. From the cannibal Satan, one of the powers, the seal of the Lord found in church towers. Never dying on my knees like no coward. He's going to show you the proof of it in the scriptures. Walking out the kingdom, traumatized in the picture. I'm a silent victim. I'm a silent victim. Never getting treatment. Something he gotta sleep with. Stop conversation so long. That's why I die for them brothers I'm facing east with. Israelite, visions of my enemies, death flow through my face at night. If your mind ain't dead, then we'll dream of life. I'm alive from hell, home of Christians and Edomites. I'm an Israelite, die for the Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for the Israelites. Because the Israelites, YAHANNA to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, die for the Israelites.
on election, preparing for Armageddon. Masters in his profession of prophesying these lessons, protected already lessons, and answering all the questions, teaching the learning reflection. No matter what the complexion, we got a common action. A part of God's selection, a shot of your resurrection. Through us, the key to perfection. Choosing your life takes sacrifice. Never leave a every fight. Short days and long nights. Let's sleep in more fights. More wisdom, more strife. Telling everybody that they wrong, he's your right. I'm an Israelite. Son of an Israelite. I ride for my Israelites. Die for my Israelites. Dead because Christ paid the price. So we ready to take life, the life of an Israelite. I'm an Israelite. Die for an Israelite. Blood of an Israelite. Cry for an Israelite. Israelites. So all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite. Die for an Israelite. Blood of an Israelites. Cry for an Israelites. Israelites. So all my Israelites. We ain't left to die, we together. Angels still landed in the ghetto. The earth was given to the hands of devils. We see the rise of the devil. We fell for the lies of the devil. Only God was the devil. I looked into the eyes of the devil. I ain't ever gotta be the devil. I remember I was only 13 when I met the demon. Give me a goose in the bump and the cocaine. Told me to sell to my people, make sure you keep it clean. And then he tried to show you, make sure that you need it. He said, I'm gonna hold you there on your promise, pop up. He got me moving his boat, one in your lock up. He said, don't you want to be vertical with the top up? Stop bitching, this man, get your blood locked up. This blood dope, especially when it's locked up. I know you know problem. Blood from out of lock up. I say you know secret, so that you keep your mouth shut. Brian got a Lexus, crib in Philly, Texas. Flipping up my house, gotta go for his mama. Fucking up in Compton. He said you can go, I hate it, but I just ain't Brian. Probably weeks ago. He ain't looking too good. His niggas kinda slow. I asked him why he's struggling. He got stuck up for his bundle, but these $6 checks in his legs will make him crumble. He got a house, his mama is living good. Said the fast took it all, he right back in the hood. I said he tried playing, he gave us crack in the 80s. Made us support our babies and make the hoes out of ladies. I know you got me crazy, but Satan must be crazy. It's gonna take more than cause for me to face me. I see niggas shoot for the stars, but being lazy. Never get their hand, the clouds is gonna face me. I guarantee you won't really realize it. No, you could get it. What you saying? I can't win. No, never really try, so I'm telling you, I ain't let the God be together. You still landed in the ghetto. The earth was given to the hands of devils. We see the rise of the devil. We fell for the lies of the devil. Only God was the devil. I looked into the eyes of the devil. I ain't let the God be together. I ain't religious or superstitious. But we been getting fucked up to the side like a business. And these control a lot because prison became a business. And murder one of us is not talking about forgiveness. We think that it's alright because we got public assistance. This shit ain't hell, dog. What is this? When was all lives mattered when they killed Osama? This was no his thoughts like the Dalai Lama. First time the bottom said he gon' bring the drama. They got justice, man. They even called the post Obama. But when we lied, they sent the military and armor. When we fight oppression, then our people die harder. The dream catches us, some people call it karma. When Christ returned, I won't get this harvest like the farmer. Don't tell me don't bring up the past no more. They still trying, I said it was gold, but it's not a Chicago. I changed my life, and I'm trying to live life right. But a minute, look behind me and see flashing lights, patting me down. Nothing that's poking me right. I don't smoke or push pills, I keep up my fight. So Mr. Officer, why you wanna take my life? Hey, Your Honor, why you gave our homeboy's life? I've been wondering why you shot our homeboy twice. Pussy weird, John screaming after he got a knife. You came from my baby spot, it was shaking and rice. Shakes tripe, I'm just bigger vision was on his back. And straight line, Mike Brown, with high ability. Eric Garner, Small Bell, Fernando Open, Sterling, Jamal McDonald. The white man is so devilish. Ask Hammurabi, he'll tell you who the devil is. The white man is so devilish. Ask Hammurabi, he'll tell you who the devil is. I ain't acting out me together. You still landed in the ghetto. The earth was given to the hands of devils. We received the rise of the devil. We fell for the lies of the devil. Girl, we got high was the devil. I looked into the eyes of the devil. I ain't acting out me together. I ain't acting out me together. You still landed in the ghetto. The earth was given to the hands of devils. We received the rise of the devil. I pray for the demise of the devil. Lord knows I despise every devil. I looked into the eyes of the devil. So I pray for the eyes of the devil.
I'm thirsty, they bury me. I be one thirsty, death till they bury me. One west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west till they death till they bury me. I be one west till they death till they bury me. They scare me from the soul out of Pharisees. We get heresy, get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said shit, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every part of you just listening. Your heart burning, it's talking to you again. Give a dick to his talking. I be doing this all this shit. I told you shit phenomenal. Knowledge is knowledge. Trying to be inspiring. Coming to this is slowly getting trying to be referred up. I'm listening to this fucking nigga. Stop this shit. See my heart's fall. Coaching more like you talking bitch. The politics and the logic. The politics. They the Chinese. So we can take on like our colleges. It's kind of obvious. How the situation is how it is. The way you're having this in the earth. Take what it all in. It's fucking party. It's prostitution. It's all just from the air. It's just go to the floor. It's floor. It's just guys. It's all the sex. All the time. It's much gravity. It's so we go to the depths of the game.
Ain't a little bit of peace now, teaching in the streets now. For the whole trust, like we started in the clips now. People want peace. People want peace. Yeah, people want peace. People want peace. People want peace. Yeah, people want peace. Yeah. Fuck the white man, 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 people want peace. Yeah, people want peace. People want peace. People want peace. Yeah, people want peace. Fuck the white man, 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 fuck the white man,
One person connected to the heart of my friends. You understand? These niggas don't know how to do this shit. So what's wrong with you standing up? This is they all my road is stretching for these tracks. Always my leading life. Drunk with this shit I've been needing life. They don't do any tracks. It's all my niggas tracks. It's all politics and tracks. The couch cold. Real niggas so drink said. But they believe they won't compromise a day. They won't harmonize the trade. You gotta spit it in with a personator. You talk you won't get the face. My niggas strong, real shit. Drunk niggas sweet like Kylie. Ain't put a crowd shit like the Kylie. Every time I move, I make this nigga straight. All I say, my brother's glorious, you warriors, the ladies for the out and never see it. Can't stop till we don't tell you. Throw them away. With a supreme warrior. While they stick on the inside, we're going to my brother. For my bros, my whole place, my bros,
spitting rhymes epically and unapologetically. I have to say the best diseases. And my entire squad, tile war down with God, diagonality, God's world, and the Jesus out of 2 seasons. I them all track for track, all for all, even instrumental charge. All you rappers is so funny for me to spit a ride. This is part of time I used to think that this was it, and now we could be the whole can't remember what it's and I ain't really talking about the guys who be talking about trying to make the most of it. And I'm just close to this. Slow gas ferocious. Come and get used to this. Here's the kids that try to eat this. Tell them no smoking this. So when I flip this, I try to hit it with that talkiness. Need a fucking beat like this. This is next. So I knew how I felt about the stack game. They take me out while I'm having a bout. Before I ever got out to even open my mouth. Compromise is the cowards I ain't been selling out. The stage is forced. Practice is stolen. You're the type of things they want to straight from my soul. Money, cars, Everyone that knows me, some hate, but all have respect for me. My name stands good, carry weight and longevity. Roll by the beat of my own drum and melody. Spit it till I'm 70, spit it till it's no remedy. Giving me the real attention, so separately. Get fly, very good, with no energy. They can't shoot, but feel me. My whole energy, words that have kept this time through 4 centuries. And these bars and dreams on the walls of cave. Let it tell the story of my people's songs to say. And let this first be around to the party of fame. But never forgot, they never go stop on my face to the bottom. My shit, I'm talking hard with the doctor. Standing my father, but shit, I shit the same as my mother. Now I'm home with so dramatic. They got locked in the hour. I'm here for the power. I'm here to rip the smoke in your mouth. You can't get the power. That's when it's done with the lies. I'm murder focus. That shit I do.
Yeah. You know what time it is, man. You're now tuned in live to Let the Hebrews Speak with the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, man. You understand? I'm Captain Carter. I'm Ryan in the studio with Officer Malaki, man, holding it down, man. What's going on? You understand? Listen, man, glorious time coming up, man. You see all over the internet, man. UPK, we flourishing, man. Thank the Lord for Commander GEN.YAHANNA. We flourishing like never before. I'm saying brothers pop up everywhere. New troopers, new officers, new sisters. You understand, man? It's a glorious time to be in the truth, to be in the Israelite School of UPK. You understand? You know how we do at the top of the morning, Eric show, Zephaniah 2 and 1. You understand? Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation, not to Zion. You understand? Right now, you saying UPK, man, we coming together, man. Listen, black and brown. Shout out to Captain Dow out there in California, man. Brothers, and you understand, from all walks of life coming through the truth all over there. You know what I'm saying? With them tribes and the other tribes coming together, man. It's a glorious thing and a glorious time. You already know April 20th, the Lord's annual Passover, the 50th annual Passover is going down April 20th in Queens, New York, Jamaica, Queens, New York. Y'all better be there, man. It's going to be spectacular. It's going to be spectacular. It's going to be off the chain. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Hebrew Academy class of 2018. You understand? Those trials are going to be on April 19th. You understand? The graduation will be on April 19th. So shout out to all the brothers that's in the Hebrew Academy. Once again, we doing what the Lord said to do. We bringing ourselves together. We joining each other. We bringing our families together. You understand? And going out and spreading this truth to bring more of our brothers and sisters in this truth, man. You understand? Give me Ephesians chapter 4, verse 4.
Come. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 4.
Go ahead.
There is one body.
There's what?
One body.
There's one body. That body is the Israelite School of UPK. It should be obvious by now.
Right.
It should be completely obvious. It should be crystal clear. It should be no question that the Israelite School of UPK is the one body that the Lord is dealing with. The true body of Christ. Go ahead,
Come. In one spirit.
And what?
In one spirit.
And one spirit. You understand? This zeal, man, the same spirit, the same vibe is going all over the earth. And I'm telling you, the Israelite School of UPK is influencing the world. Right. I'm looking at the entertainers. I'm looking at, you know, the musicians. They are trying to wear the same thing that is straight up one West.
Right.
I seen a picture. You seen the picture with a rapper from the Migos. He got that damn sword with the traditional UPK King of Solomon sword that we all got in all the schools. He rocking that. Got some type of garment on, you understand? Look like he about to come to the Passover.
Right.
I mean, basically, good night. We influence the truth, and the true spirit of the Lord is influencing the earth at this time. It is no doubt about it. The Israelite School of UPK is influencing this earth. Go ahead.
Even as ye are called in one hope of your calling.
Even as ye are called in one hope of your calling. Listen, you call to this truth, you gotta take it with extreme seriousness, man. You call to this truth, man. There is nothing else. This is the only thing that matters at the end of the day. You're gonna have all type of things going on. You gonna have family. You gonna have different trials come. You gonna have problems come. You gonna have sicknesses in the family. You're gonna be dealing with sicknesses. The Lord gonna send you trials and send you tests. You understand? But you gotta remember, when enduring all that, that the only hope you have is to be in this truth and stick with your brothers and be down with your brothers and your sisters in the Israelite school ISUPK. To use this brotherhood like the weapon that it is, man, and endure whatever going on, because this is the only hope you got. Read on, now.
One Lord, one faith, one baptism.
Say it again.
One Lord.
One what?
One Lord.
One Lord, man. Go ahead.
One faith.
One faith.
One baptism.
We do this every morning, every Monday. You already know what it is. You understand what I'm saying? We don't serve no other gods in here.
Right.
We don't serve no other gods in here. We completely in order with the Most High Christ in here, man. One Lord, one faith, one baptism. We understand. And because of that, the Lord has blessed the Israelites through the UPK. I'm looking all over the internet, Malaki. I'm scrolling down. I'm like, good night. We everywhere.
Right.
All the camps are getting thicker. I mean, this Passover, man. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be room.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know. Is it going to be room or not? You understand? It's going to be packed. I'm looking all over the social media, just seeing, you know, everybody coming in, man. I cannot wait, man. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to meet the new brothers, to just, you know what I'm saying, just be in the room. You know what I mean? So with that, give me Exodus 15:3. I want to go into something today that is very important. Right? Give me Exodus 15:3. Let me know what you got. Go ahead and read.
Exodus chapter 15, verse 3.
Now, this is one of my all-time favorite scriptures, especially when I first came into the truth. This is one of my all-time favorite scriptures. My favorite scripture. Read on.
The Lord is a man of war.
The what?
The Lord is a man of war.
The Lord is a man of war, man. And when I first came into the truth, I was like, damn, I ain't never heard that before. I ain't never heard like the Lord and being referred to the Lord as a warrior. You understand? To refer to the Most High as something that fights. You know what I mean? Like it's a vibe in that scripture that clearly shows you that the Christian church, the way they teach about God and teach about the way He loves and all of that, it is very different from the truth of the Bible. And the truth of the Bible says that the Lord is a man of war. What does that mean? That the Lord, one, has an arm.
Right.
You understand? He has an arm. And the Lord uses that arm. He's a man of war, meaning he's a man of warfare. Man that likes to see a battle. You understand? And not so much carnal. And I'm beginning to understand more and more, my short time being in the truth, but more and more that I'm here, we going through camps and doing the work of the Lord. I'm seeing the description coming manifold in that. The Lord is a man of war, and He wants you to fight. You understand? He wants you to fight every day, every breath you wake up, man. It's going to be a fight to stay in this truth. There's so much carnality out in the world and beyond the doors of the UPK that when you step up there, you got to fight every day with every breath. Everything got to be about warfare, man. You understand? And the Lord is a man of war. And you think about in the anatomy of a person, Malaki. You get sick, what happens? White blood cells attack the virus.
Right. Like
the Lord is a warrior all the way down to the creation of man.
Right.
You understand how you ward off disease? You understand? Cancer. Cancer is a curse that the Lord will put on someone, whether He wants them to be healed or be punished or whatever His thought may be on them. You understand? Right. But you gotta fight that off. You gotta fight it. You understand? Like the Lord is a man of war, man. And the angels are his soldiers. You understand? And in this warfare here, give me the scripture where the Lord says that the weapons of our warfare are spiritual and not carnal. Give me that. Oh my God. He said the Lord is a man of war. The Lord goes to war with the enemies of Israel. You understand? Just like he did the Egyptians. Lord went to war with the Egyptians, sending plagues to Egypt, killed all the firstborn. Right. And for that, you got to go to war for the Most High. We got to go to war for the Most High. Read that scripture. 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 3. For though we walk in the flesh. For though we what? Walk in the flesh. We walk in the flesh, meaning what? In our carnality, in the world, when we dead, when we in the dust, we lead our lives according to what our flesh desires, not according to what the Lord desires. Read on. We do not war after the flesh. We do not war after the flesh. You understand? Meaning we not warring for a carnal reward. Go ahead. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Say it again. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Say for the weapons of our warfare not carnal. Meaning we ain't going to war for a carnal reason. Like you see the Arabs, they go to war carnally. You understand? That's why they blowing themselves up. You understand? Doing suicide bombs and things like that. That's why the Arabs do that. Because they are very carnal. The white man is very carnal. He go to war for carnal reasons, for oil and things like that. You see the prophets in the Israelite school of UPK step out on the corners. It is a spiritual war. To raise blacks and Hispanics back from the dead out. That is the greatest war that will ever be fought, and it will be recorded forever in the book of life when Jesus Christ returned. You understand? This battle, this spiritual warfare that we in, is the greatest front ever fought. So we're not going to war for carnal reasons. We're not going to war after the flesh. We don't war after the flesh. You understand? What does the white man war with? Greed, power. You understand? In ancient times, it'd be over a woman. It'd be over a woman that the white man to go to war. You understand? We're not warring after the flesh. What are the things after the flesh? Pleasure. Pleasure. You understand? We're not warring for those reasons, man. We're going to war for something that's spiritual. Something that's spiritual. Read on. But mighty through God. Mighty through the Most High. To the pulling down of strongholds. This is the only way that we're going to destroy any of the institutions that have destroyed blacks and Hispanics through their philosophy. Read on. Casting down imagination. Casting down what? Imagination. This is the spiritual war. The carnal war is with the war that the white man fought. Like the war in Vietnam. Like the war in Iraq. The Civil War. You understand? Those were carnal wars. This war here that you see it being fought out there on the corners is to bring down strongholds. What strongholds? The American society. Go ahead. And every high thing that exalteth itself. Go back to pulling down the strongholds. Go back to that. But mighty through the Most High. But mighty through the Lord. Meaning what? The Lord got to be with you in this. And we just read, the Lord is a man of war. We're in a spiritual battle. The Lord is a spiritual being, a real spiritual being in the fourth dimension, man. Go ahead. To the pulling down of strongholds. The pulling down of strongholds. All of these Christian institutions. These are strongholds that the white man set up at the corner of every street in the ghetto. The Christian church is the stronghold of Satan. Where they teach that God is all love and teach you to perverse your flesh rather than serve the Most High. Breathe. Casting down imagination. Casting down what? Imagination. Casting down imagination. All the white man's holidays that he imagined. We go out in the corners and rip them down, tear them down, man. The whole imagination that God is some all-loving being, when we just read in Exodus 15:3 that he a man of war. Casting down imaginations, man. All the high things that the white man they created, they got blacks and Hispanics food to serve him. We cast those things to the ground, man. Christianity is thrown to the ground. Democracy is thrown to the ground. Out there in the corners, all across the earth. Once again, like I got to bring it up. Brother, it is glorious to see what I see on social media.
Right.
These brothers put on the spirit of the Most High everywhere, causing their family to run up in the school everywhere. Canada, shout out to our bond, man, going out Canada, California, Florida, the UK, man, Trinidad, every single place in the earth is being filled with the Spirit of the Lord. And guess what? You know what happened when you go to war and you tear down the stronghold? What happened, Malak? Do you know?
You get the rain.
Say again?
You get the rain.
You get the what?
Rain.
You get the rain, yeah, but it's something you do. We still in war. We're casting down the strongholds that's been set up. What happened after that?
You build your own stronghold.
Say again?
You build your own stronghold.
Build your own stronghold, that's right. Now that's our stronghold. Once we tear down the Christian church, the people that's been lied and destroyed and abused by its philosophy, you understand, and the institution itself, those men and those women become a stronghold for the Most High.
Right.
It's just like you see on TV. You run in, it's a war, you go and spoil the strong, you spoil it. That was a stronghold for us. That's the spiritual warfare that goes on within the soul of every man that comes into this truth. We go out there and war in the streets, you understand, and teach this truth and blaze and baptize people in the corners by teaching them the law, statutes, and commandments in the Bible and spoil and rid him of the Christian doctrine or whatever philosophy has destroyed him in his life, and he becomes a stronghold for the Most High.
Right.
That's what you see in the brothers and the sisters all across the globe in the Israelite school in UPK. You are seeing strongholds for the Lord, man, for the Most High, for the deliverer of Israel, the power that slaughtered all the firstborn of the Egyptians. Man, we strongholds for the Lord, man. We are mighty in the Lord.
Right.
Read that part again.
But mighty through the Most High.
Mighty through the Most High. Read on.
To the pulling down of strongholds.
Go ahead.
Casting down imagination.
Go ahead.
And every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of the Most High.
Every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of the Most High. This you cannot, this battle, this warfare, you cannot fight with guns. This is a battle that cannot be fought with artillery, physical artillery. This battle right here, you can't drop no bomb on this.
Right.
You can't drop no bomb on this. You understand? But when you drop that truth, and the mindset changes, and you change the mindset, you're going to cause your brothers to put down the guns. You're going to cause your brothers to put down the guns or aim the gun where it truly belongs. You understand? Take the aim away from your brothers. Any high thing that exalts itself above the knowledge of the Most High. A lot of these, Egyptologists and all these philosophies, they think they know better than the Bible. The Bible is a very simple book, and it's so simple it makes the wisest man stupid. You understand? Once you become in this truth, and you understand, and you do precept upon precept, you understand that the Bible is very simple. It's in its simplicity, all right? And you don't understand it because you're too high-minded to understand. You think you know too much. You think you know more than the Lord that revealed to the prophets in the Israelite school of UPK because of your education, because of your so-called research and all of that. That's okay. We got brothers on the corners, true scholars and warriors for this truth to just destroy and cast down and set fire to your whole understanding.
Right.
Your whole, whatever you think you know will be worthless at 4 o'clock. Once we're done packing up, once we pack up at 4 o'clock, your whole philosophy is we're riding off in the van.
Right.
Done. You understand? But the glorious thing about it is that the word of the Lord does not go out void. Give me that scripture. Give me that scripture. Give me that scripture. Now, Akim, you understand, is listening to the show that's going on in the corners teaching. Know this, man, when we pull this scripture. You ain't doing no work in vain, man. You understand? And I see it. I remember when Commander J.Yohanna, I think he said it at one of the Passovers at the Alhambra ballroom. I remember Commander J.Yohanna's exact words. He said, the Israelite School of UPK will be the biggest Hebrew Israelite organization on the earth. Okay? And when I look at Facebook, I mean, the man isn't lying.
Right.
All right? I mean, I'm just saying, like, everything he says comes true. I mean, something need to get through your head. I mean, I don't really care if it does. I'm here. Be a Malaki, we here. You can be high-minded and think the things that you know is far above the Lord or whatever. But I know that when this man says something, every time he says it, it comes true. So, you know, I ain't got no quarrel with that.
Right.
You know what I mean? He said we will be the biggest Israelite organization on the earth, and I'm seeing the proof all over the internet. And it gives me so much zeal and so much hope for the future. You understand? So we have to stand firm in this truth. Go ahead, Malaki. You got the scripture. Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 55, verse 11.
Go ahead.
So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth.
So shall the word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. What is the Lord talking about? His prophets. The prophets. We speak the word of the Lord. These brothers who've taken up this and took up this sword and chose to sacrifice their life for this righteous profession, the Lord speaks to us on the streets, man. These are the words that he chooses us to say. We don't have, and we're not saying things of our own imagination. Remember the last scripture says, casting down imaginations. Your preacher teaches his imagination.
Right.
That's what goes on in the white man's stronghold. Whatever the preacher imagines, you understand, whatever he imagines in his mind, say, I'm going to go and put on a show and raise the dead, and that's what he imagines. Right. We out in the streets, we're not teaching anything that we thought up in our mind. We're teaching exactly what the Lord said. Out there with the scriptures, holding the Bible, or having a book on the street, reading it line upon line out on the street. These are the words that the Lord chose us to say. Go ahead.
It shall not return unto me void.
It shall not what?
Return unto me void.
It shall not return unto me void. You understand? At no point in time should we think that, you know, the work of the Lord is going out, you know what I mean, and it ain't producing nothing, man. You understand? Like, we teaching, you might always be constantly getting into battles, or, you know, always getting into battles. You at war with your family. You understand? You've been at war with your family for years. They still ain't came to the Passover. You understand? They still think you in the cult. Hey, guess what? I ain't gonna go there right now. I ain't gonna go there right now. But good night. I mean, we bold in this truth now. I mean, at this point, Malaki, I mean, good night. I mean, well, what you want us to do, man? Right. You understand? Your mother said you was in the cult for so long. Now ain't coming back. She see on the internet. She see the goddamn shirt. She like, I knew it. And we just smile. You understand? Because they don't understand now. This truth ain't going out void. It ain't returning to the Lord void. You putting in work in this city, wherever you went under Commander J.Yohanna, you rolling, you're reporting, obeying orders, running them camps out, you're going to see the Lord flourish everywhere. You understand? And now, once again, my short time in the truth, we read scriptures before, and you studied and read scriptures, but now I see more and more the scripture of Malaki where the Lord said, The truth is like having the faith of a mustard seed. Paraphrasing, right? The mustard seed is a very small seed, but it sprouts and grows into one of the biggest trees. And what a tree had? Branches. You understand? Remember when we planted, when the Magi planted this seed, man, you understand, it was a small, the school was small, and look at how we have branched out and grown, and branches, and our branches reaching Canada, right, reaching the UK, man. And truly, this is a beautiful and glorious tree that the Lord has set up, man. You understand? This truth ain't going out void, all right? It ain't going out void at all. We never had that cross your mind. We out there doing that warfare. Someone is coming. Someone is purging that Christianity out of it. Right. You see these men are stepping up there. The Hebrew Academy 2018, man. We have built strongholds for the Lord in these men. Give me the scripture where it said, "The Lord dwelleth in you." You understand? This truth ain't going out good. And this clearly should be seen. And it gives me so much zeal and so much hope, man. So much zeal, man, to see all these brothers coming in here, man. Putting on the garments, making their children, making their young sons, 2 years old, rock the garments, rock the headpiece. I mean, that put fire in your heart to know that the things that you've been doing for the last years, man, and the Lord returned it and they increased it. It's a glorious time, man. Got it? Come on. Go ahead. Romans chapter 8, verse 9. Go ahead. But ye are not in the flesh. Are not in the flesh. Go ahead. But in the spirit. If so, be that the spirit of God. I'll go up 2 verses real quick. Where you at? Romans 8 and 7 now. Well, let me get with you. Hold on. So Romans 8, 7, right? Come. Romans 7. Hold on. Hold up. Hold on 1 second. Read verse 5. Romans chapter 8, verse 5. For they that are after the flesh do not mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit. Now, this is a precept to what we brought out at first, that the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but spiritual. You understand? He said we do not go after the flesh because people that live after the flesh do things after the flesh. If you're hungry, you're going to eat. You want to have sex, you're going to find someone to have sex with. You understand? You want to have pleasures and be happy. Those are the things after the flesh. Building this truth and raising up black people and bringing them back as a nation is the concern of a spiritual-minded brother or sister. To be of a spiritual mind, meaning the thoughts that you have, you understand, the things that you think about is how can I bring more brothers and sisters into the school? That is to be spiritual minded. That is this life. You understand? Out there in the world is, how can I get as high as possible? Right. How can I get more high? Get more high. How can I get more high and have more sex? You understand? That is a very carnal minded. It's of the flesh. This work that we are doing, this glorious truth is to be spiritually minded. And how can I get more brothers in here? Once I get more brothers in here, how can I get them to be at camp every day? So we can get more brothers. Right. So we can do more. How can we get to more cities? You understand? It's spiritual minded. Go back and go look at yourself. How can I turn on more of my zeal? What can I do more to serve the Most High, man? And the more and more you say it in your mind, it's like you are building an absolute soldier to serve the Lord. Building an absolute soldier that thinks about, listen, when you get up, how can I serve the Lord? You understand? How can I serve the Most High? Read on.
Khan. For to be carnally minded is death.
Go ahead.
But to be spiritually minded is life and peace.
To be carnally minded is death. The death that you see going on out there in the streets all over the world and in America is because these are fatalities due to a carnal mind. A very carnal mind, the lust, once again, the lust for pleasure. You understand? The lust for a woman. It is, you are not careful, you will be going to your death. You lust and deal with the wrong woman and stick your rod in the wrong woman, you will be, you know, in a pathway to death. A very carnal mind, man. And that's what the white man teaches us to have. White man teaches us to have a very carnal mind. How can I have my happiness? How can I, you know, just be comfortable? How can I, you know, do things for myself? Very carnal mind and very selfish. You understand? That's what the Christian church teaches us to be. Very carnal minded and very selfish. You understand? The only thing about ourselves and how can we please ourselves and how can we make ourselves feel good. That's a very carnal minded thing, man. But to be spiritual minded is peace and life. Going through this warfare, you have to have a very spiritual way of thinking, man. To know that some of the things that you may come across in your life are just things that the Lord wants you to look at in a different way. You understand? Like the woman you meet, it just might be a test from Satan. Right. That's why you got to be spiritual. And it's a very spiritual thing is to know that, you know, I cannot be with this woman temporarily. I cannot just have sex with this woman and, you know, cast her away. I got to deal. I got to be right with this woman. I got to raise her up. If I choose to be with her, I got to raise her up. I got to teach her. I got to protect her. I got to lead her. I got to correct her. It's a very spiritual way to be in that what? May keep you away from the wrong woman. Right. You thinking that way, that woman might be like, well, I don't want to deal with you. And go off and cause the death of another man. Right. You understand? Gotta be very spiritual minded, man. When you ignore your flesh, the Lord will reveal things to you in every situation. Once you can control your spirit, man. Once again, this is a fight that we're in. This is a war that we're in. And a lot of it, if not all of it, has to do with the war that you fight within yourself, man. The war that you fight within yourself. Keep reading now.
Because the carnal mind is enmity between God.
What is enmity? Enmity is hatred. Enmity is hatred. Did she say enmity? Yeah. Goodness, man, get a little girl like how old is she out? She 2 years old. See, that's what I'm saying. It's a glorious time to be in the 2 hours. Like these children that's in the school is not know. I just heard a 2-year-old say enmity. That was excellent. I mean, she just straight upset. You understand? Y'all don't see that. Man, come on, man. Y'all can't tell me nothing about the UPK, man. Right. All is true. And then this is where our children need to be, man. Our children don't need to be nowhere else, man. Read that part again up.
Because the carnal mind is enmity between God.
The carnal mind is enmity between the Most High. Enmity is hatred. You're a very carnal-minded person, man. You think about the only thing you lust after, you know, after pleasure and shed blood, you understand, for your own gain, shed innocent blood for your own gain, for money. To only care about the things that you can see and you can touch, you understand? That's hatred with the Lord, man. The Lord hates a person like that. Read on.
For it is not subject to the law of God.
Why? And that's why the Lord hates it. He just don't hate it for no reason. It's because a carnal mind, at the end of the day, yearns to break the laws of the Most High, man. The law, to obey the laws of the Lord, you have to be spirit. It calls you to be very spiritual. You know how spiritual it is that when you walk into a store and you pick up a package of product that you want to eat, and you say, hold on here, let me see this. And turn it on the back, you understand, and read the ingredients and say, oh no, it's got gelatin in it.
Right.
You understand? And then to see other people come in there, they don't care what they eat. They don't care what they just come and eat whatever their flesh wants them to eat. Whatever they want to taste, they can taste. I might want to taste something too, but I got to hold on. You see it. Well, no, I can't eat that.
Right.
You understand? To be carnal-minded is just eventually. You can try all you want. You can think you're in the truth. You can think you serving the Lord out there. But when you are a carnal-minded man, you are breaking the laws of the Lord, man. You cannot be a carnal-minded person and to walk after your flesh and think that you serve the Lord. We just read what said a carnal mind is enmity with the Most High. It is hatred. Why? Because the white man put everything out here for you to serve your flesh in wickedness. In wickedness. You understand? You got to be of a spiritual mind to war against it and to reject it. Be spiritual to reject it. Why? Let me tell you something. All across America, a whore nowadays is something that the world idolizes.
Right.
She become a famous, and she was a whore. She was a full-out whore, having sex for money, swinging up and down the pole, or she had sex with all type of brothers. You know what I'm saying? Years ago, a woman like that would be like, oh, no, shorty, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I ain't messing with you like that. Like, you can let everybody hit. You understand? You dealing with all everybody in the neighborhood. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? You want to be, like back in the day, you wouldn't even want to be seen with her. Right. Except for, you know, when you came when you got what you wanted. You understand? But then they might want to be seen with her. But nowadays, you know, it's not Tiana. It's, you know what I mean? A whore is treated like, you know, gold. Right. But in Israelite school at I.S.U.P.K, we don't revere no whores, man. In the world where whores are so revered and idolized, in the Israelite school at I.S.U.P.K, a whore is still a vile and disgusting thing unto a dog. Right. In here, that's very spiritual. We don't revere no whores in here. In the world where they revere whores and love whores. Not in here. You understand? Read on, huh? Neither indeed can be. So then they that are in the flesh cannot please God. What need to explain that? You walk out the flesh, you can't please the Lord, man. You can't do this work, man, if you're so concerned about with the pleasure that you want to feel, man. You got to go without that. You want to be with your woman every day and laid up with your woman and all that. This ain't the job for you, man. This ain't for you. This is a spiritual battle. You're going to be tested. You understand? If all you want to do is feel good and be happy, you understand? You know, you can't do this work. You can't do this job. You're not fit to be a soldier in this war, man. Read on. But ye are not in the flesh, but in the spirit. Ye ain't in the flesh. Brothers and sisters, it's not in the flesh, we in the spirit, man. That goes, it's one spirit, one body, you understand? These are the brothers and sisters that's not walking after the flesh, man. People you see raising up the Israelite schools of I.S.U.P.K that setting up all across the country. You understand? You walking in the flesh, man. You walking after the spirit, man. And walking after the spirit is what's waking up the spirit in other brothers and other sisters, man. Go ahead. God. If so be that the spirit of the power dwelleth in you. And what? If so be that the spirit of the power dwell in you. And really, what does it mean to walk after the spirit? It means to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. If you break the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, you are a carnal person. You are carnal. You are carnal. You only care about what you can feel and what you can eat. To walk after the Spirit is to obey the laws of the Most High. When you obey the law of the Most High, man, it'll turn you into something that is supernatural. You understand? Read that last part again.
If so be that the Spirit of the power dwell in you.
Spirit of the Lord dwell in you. That's why you set up to be a stronghold. Now you a stronghold for the Most High, because the Spirit of the Lord dwelleth in you. You understand? You cast down the Christianity, the imaginations of the world, American society, the American dream. You destroy that and purge that out of you. Now the Spirit of the Lord dwelleth in you. Now you a stronghold for the Most High, man. All right? You got any questions online?
No, sir.
I'm sweating. All right. I want to get into something today. We got a little bit of time left. We'll go to the book of Job, man. The book of Job. Book of Job is a very excellent teaching tool when you going through tribulation and battles while you're in the truth, man. You understand? When you're going through tribulation and battles and suffering, you understand? Like this is something else too that you should be reminded. Just because you come in the truth don't mean that the battle is going to stop.
Right.
The battle is going to increase. I mean, I have to just be honest with you. You understand? Just because you come into the truth, you come into the Israelite school of I.S.U.P.K, the battle is not over. The things you had to fight in your life, the things you go through in your life, those tribulations and those trials are going to come again. If not more, we're going to show you why. Where you read Job, the book of Job. Yep.
Job chapter 1, verse 1.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. It's a lot. Go to verse 6.
Job chapter 1, verse 6. Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord.
Sons of the Most High can present themselves before the Most High. This is talking about the almighty angels. It said the sons of the Most High came to present themselves before the Lord. All right? This right here is talking about the Most High. The only way you can present yourself to the Most High is if you are an angel, if you are a celestial being of the Lord's creation. I don't know what these Christians talking about. You've never seen the Lord. You will never be able to. You understand? The only beings that are able to see or present themselves to the Most High are the angels, man. The Lord's hosts. Go ahead.
And Satan came also among them.
It says Satan came also among them. We're not going to go all the way into it. That just goes to show you that Satan is an angel that serves the Most High, man. I know it's going to blow your mind. You understand? I know what the Christian church taught you. You understand? But Satan presented himself to the Most High because he is a son of the Lord. He has an office. We're going to read what his office is. Go ahead.
Verse 7. And the Lord said unto Satan, Whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, From going to and fro in the earth.
So to set the scene for you, Satan presented himself to the Most High with all the other angels. The angel Mayach, which is the angel Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, which is Raphael. He came and presented himself with all the angels, just like all of them was supposed to. And the Lord asked Satan, what you doing? Where you going? What's your business? He said, I've been going to and fro the earth doing my job, testing you, testing the people who dwell in the earth, testing them, tempting them, man. That's Satan's job. When you in this war, that's why you got to be spiritually minded and not carnally minded, because you will be tested. You understand? When you come into this truth, you understand those tests will increase. Because when you become a servant of the Lord going to reward you. He's going to reward you. You understand? That's why you're going to be tested even more. To see if you deserve the reward that the Lord got for you. To see if you deserve it. Read on.
And from walking up and down in it.
Go ahead.
And the Lord said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job?
Say it again.
Hast thou considered my servant Job?
Say, hast thou considered my servant Job? Meaning the Lord put Job on the table. Right? Everybody know the story of Job and what happened. I'm going over it for a reason. Everybody know what happened to Job. Well, not everybody know, but you understand, you're familiar with the story. And how he lost everything. And how he went through great suffering and affliction and sadness and depression. You see here in the beginning, the Most High is the one who put Job up to be tested. He said, have you considered my servant Job? Knowing that Job was righteous and right. You understand? The Lord said, listen, what's going on with you? Ain't tested Job yet? Have you considered my servant Job? He the one. The Lord wants to see. The Lord wants to see how Job will fight. Go ahead.
That there is none like him in the earth.
Right. Lord brought it forward. He said, ain't none like him in the earth. He obeyed me. He obeyed me to the T. Go ahead.
A perfect and an upright man.
Perfect and upright man. This is what the Lord is saying to Satan. Have you considered my servant Job a perfect and upright man? You understand? So in this warfare, once again, the top of the show we read, the Lord is a man of war. The Lord is about to send a battle to Job. He asks Satan, have you considered my servant Job? He wants to see that the Lord is presented to see if Job will fight. Job is the Shalak, the Most High is the one that initiated. He said he perfect and right in the earth. Ain't nothing like him in the earth. He upright and righteous. Have you considered it? You understand? To be tested. That's what that's the Lord. That's the Most High, man. That's the God that we serve. Satan ain't just coming to test you and doing something you and God don't know about it. God might say, have you tested him? Did he deserve my blessing? Did he deserve my reward? Read on.
One that feareth the power.
One that feared the Most High. He feared me. And these are all the things that the Lord is breaking down to Satan, to the angel Satan. He said he feared me. Go ahead.
And escheweth evil. Then Satan answered the Lord and said, doth Job fear God for naught?
Satan said, does Job fear God for naught? Meaning he served you for because, go ahead, you can keep reading, go ahead.
Hast not thou made a hedge about him?
Oh, it's not thou made a hedge about him, meaning Satan saying, you protect Job. He fear you, you protect him. You understand? He right to fear you because you protect him. Go ahead.
And about his house.
And his family. You protect his family. They all blessed. You understand? You watching over them. So he gonna serve you. Go ahead.
And about all that he hath on every side.
Go ahead.
Thou hast blessed the works of his hands.
Thou hast blessed the work of his hands. Meaning the things that he do, fruit come from it. Things are produced. Go ahead.
And his substance is increased in the land.
Go ahead.
And the Lord said unto Satan, behold, all that he hath is in thy power.
Say it again.
Behold. So like, and the Lord said unto Satan.
Now, after Satan said this to the Most High, he said, listen, you bless the fruit of his hands, everything he said to do, you bless him and increase him. His family is flourishing. You understand? His business is flourishing. You protected him. Now, what did the Most High say out?
So like, and thou hast made a hedge about him.
Don't sweat. Verse 11.
But put forth thine hand now and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee.
You read. He said, what did the Lord say to Satan? You just read it.
All right. Verse 9. Yeah. Then Satan answered the Lord and said, doth Job fear God for nothing?
It was down. It was after that. Verse 12. Verse 12.
Yeah, verse 12. And the Lord said unto Satan, behold, all that he hath is in thy power,
Most High said to say, all that he has is in your power. Is in Satan's power. Most High wants Job to be tested. That's this warfare we fight. That's why I said the Lord is a man of war. This warfare we fight is spiritual. Then the fourth dimension is a spiritual realm where actual beings are. You understand? And this is what goes on. The angels, sons of the Most High, present themselves to the Lord. You understand? And the Lord might put you up to be tested. He will put you up to be tested out. The Lord wants to see. Let's get the scripture. Give me where the Lord says he tried the reins of a man. Give me that scripture, Malak. That's what's going on here. That's what's going on here. And that's what will go on in your life in the truth. You're going to be tested constantly. Constantly. You understand? So that the Lord can see what you made of, man. So he can see if you made a see if you're going to let this, you're going to let the pressures of the world break you. See if you're going to return back to your carnality and a carnal mind. See if you're going to let it break you, man. You understand? You got it? Read.
Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 10. I, the Lord, search out the heart.
It said the Lord said, I, the Lord, search out the heart. Meaning what's in your mind. You understand? Not your actual heart that's in your, you know what I'm saying, that pumps the blood throughout your body, but meaning your mind. That's what it's talking about when it's talking about your heart. Go ahead.
I tried the reins, even to give every man according to his ways.
Listen, he said, I tried the reins of a man. You understand? Meaning he see how strong you are. Read it from there. He said, I tried the reins. Go ahead.
Even to give every man according to his ways.
Even to give every man according to his ways. What does that mean? Meaning to reward you for the things that you do. He gonna triumph you. He gonna triumph your reins. Searches out your heart and test you and put you in the battle. You understand? Send his angel to test you and put all the things that you have in his hand to triumph your reins, to reward you after your ways, whatever you choose to do when you're being tested, right? Life is about warfare. Life is about warfare, and the author of it is a man of war. Do you understand? That's what life is about, man. And the things that you do when you're being tested is how the Lord will reward you. When you fall off and you be weak, you understand? The Lord will reward you for being weak. And he righteous to do it.
Right.
You understand? But if you stand firm and stand strong and be disciplined, the Lord will reward you for that. And it is righteous for him to do it. You understand? Go back to Job.
Come.
Skip me down a little bit. You understand? This is a good story to read. We're gonna pull a few more scriptures from here. We move on. This is a very good story to read when you're going through a trial, man. When you're being tested, listen, you should take it with a grain of salt. That the Lord even considered you to be, for you to consider you and say, hey, you consider my servant Job, who's upright and perfect in the earth, you should take it as, you know, righteous that the Lord even considered you for you to be tested like that. You understand? When the battle comes your way, you should take it with greater salt and honor and say, I'm gonna strive through this. This ain't gonna destroy me. This ain't gonna move me out the truth. I ain't dropping my sword because of it. You understand? Go down to where Job started to lose his children. You understand? And lose his cattle. So look.
Verse 16, Job chapter 1, verse 16. While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, the fire of God is fallen from heaven and had burned up the sheep and the servants, and consumed them. And I only am escaped alone to tell thee.
So right now, someone came to tell Job that his livestock, his business would be his business. It was destroyed. Somebody destroyed his business. Go ahead.
Go down to the kids.
Yep.
Verse 18.
Remember, we just see what the Most High told Satan, said, all that he had, all the power and everything he had is in your hands, in your power. You understand? And then now this is what's happening. Now his business is destroyed. His livestock was destroyed. Meaning you were shepherd during these times, you understand? Goats and sheep and cows, that is your money. That's your job. Go ahead.
Job 1:18. While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, thy sons and thy daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. And behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness and smote the four corners of the house. And it fell among the young men, and they are dead. And I only am escaped alone to tell thee. Then Job arose and rent his mantle and shaved his head and fell upon the ground.
Listen, his kids, they died. His children, they died. They were killed. You understand? They died. Now he lost his children. The loss of children is a very, very hard thing, man. It's a very hard thing. It'll knock you, it'll try to take your spirit from you, man. You understand? These are things that may happen. You understand? In your walk, in your life. Not to say they're going to happen or anything like that, but this is how Job was tested. He lost his job. He lost his children. You understand? Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 20. Verse 21. And said, naked came I out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither.
Listen, Job just went into a depressed state, man. Went into a depressed state. You losing all of that. And so quickly, you understand, it will, make you do what Job did. It'll cause you to suffer, man. It cause you to want to die. Read that part again.
Come. And said, naked came I out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither.
Listen, he said, naked I came out of my mother's womb. Meaning when I was born, I came out naked. You understand? And he said, naked shall I return. Meaning he wants to die. You understand? For the things that just happened. He wants to return. Like he wants to end it. For the things that just happened. You understand? And these are some of the trials that the Lord may put you through. You understand? You might have death in your family. You understand? You lose your stability. Hey, it's going to happen. Does that mean you're going to drop your sword, however? Does that mean you're going to serve the Most, you're going to stop serving the Most High? Because the whole aim was for Satan to show the Lord that Job being destroyed and being afflicted, he was going to curse the Most High, man. He was going to curse the Most High. That was the whole aim of this. You understand? To see if Job was going to turn his back on the Lord. So know this, when you being tested, it is for that reason. It is for that reason. It ain't, that's why the Lord said you can't be carnally minded. It ain't about the job. It ain't about the job. It ain't about, you losing your job or losing your money. It ain't about that. It's to see if you losing your money and losing your position and it's being so stable, it's going to make you turn your back on the Lord. You understand? Like this is a very long story that you should read. People, brothers and sisters should read. When they being tested, you going through a hard time in the truth, man. It will happen. You understand? You should welcome it. You should welcome it because in warfare, you being tested, it's gonna add something to you, man. It's gonna add something to your spirit when you come out of it and beat it. You understand? I want to give one more piece of this Job, right? Give me what his wife said to him, man. Find that part for me.
Oh, God.
Read what his rib said to him. I'm looking for one more, looking for another scripture too. Hold on 1 second. I'm looking for a scripture. Go ahead and read it.
Job chapter 2 verse 9. Then said his wife unto him.
Now, all this that happened. He lost his business, he done lost his cattle, his livestock, he done lost his children, they died. Also, you read through the story, he lost his health. You understand? He had large sores and boils all over his skin. He lost his health, he got sick. You understand? Listen to what the woman said to him. Go ahead.
Job chapter 2 verse 9. Then said his wife unto him, dost thou still retain thine integrity?
You still got your integrity. You still think the Lord with you, huh? All this done happened to you and it happened to us, and we going through this, and you still think the Lord with you. You still got your integrity. You still think the Lord by your side. You still standing with the Most High. Read on.
Curse God and die.
Goodness gracious. This sister right here had a full-out demon on her. It was completely wicked what she said.
Right.
She said, curse the Lord and die. Now, why would this woman say that to this man? Because she going through it too. You got to understand, but the woman, the black woman is not built to go through these things alone. Now, no black woman should do what this woman's sister said here, or Hispanic woman. But this sister right here is completely, something wrong with you, I understand. This sister right here is completely out of the spirit. You understand? So like, it gotta sound right crazy. She completely out the spirit, man. This man going through all this hell and turmoil and still trying to fight for the Most High. And she come up and say, listen, you still think you in the truth? You still gonna have your integrity up. You need to curse the Lord and die. Why? Because she angry. You understand? She done lost her kids too. Them kids that Job lost, them was her kids. Them was her kids. Listen, them cattle and them sheep and that money that they had, you understand? That's gone, that was destroyed. That was benefiting her too. And that was gone. That was gone. You understand? And Job's still trying to stand by the Lord and do the right thing. And this sister had a very foul spirit on her. This is something that all sisters should learn, man. You come into this truth, you get a man of the Lord is going to test him. Stand by his side, man. Stand by the brother's side, man. I understand you might have lost something. I understand that things might get hard from time to time, but good night, because we at least not have you understand, tell and curse and want me to die for it. You understand? Stand by his side, man. This truth is about warfare. We gonna be tested. And you dealing with a priest and a prophet. These brothers coming in here to be priests and prophets and gain the kingdom of heaven and crowns on their head. And they come up with trials, and you are joined to that, brother, man. You join to it. Stand by his side, man. Don't be like Job's wife. Don't be like Job's woman, man. But when this comes to when you go through some hard times, and Job went through some hard times, and a lot of us ain't even went through a bit of this. Losing your kids, losing your job, losing your health. I mean, it's a very depressing thing. It's a very depressing thing. A lot of us ain't went through it. Some of us have. You understand? But endure in it. Endure in it. And know that the reason it's happening to you is because the Lord want to see what you're made of, man. The Lord want to see what you're made of, and you can't never forget that. You can't never forget that. Any more on that, Malaki?
Allah, sir. Well, what he said to her.
Go ahead, read it.
But he said unto her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh.
He said, you speak as you said you are a foolish woman. I'm a man of the Most High. I'm a man of the Lord. You see what's going on out here in this world? Do you see what's going on out in the streets? His brothers molesting sisters' children. Men out here selling drugs. Men out here murderers, homosexuals, I'm a man of the Lord and I'm going to do this and you're going to say this to me. I'm being tested right now. When Job ain't saying being tested, but he's being tested. You understand? He telling his woman, he's like, you're speaking like a foolish woman. You want me to curse the Lord and die? You telling me that I'm just supposed to turn my back on my brothers? Is that what you telling me? Because we going through this? Is that what you're telling me? I'm turning my back on everything that I helped building in the truth and turn my back on the men that we almost died on the corner together. I'm supposed to just forget about them, huh? Because we going through a rough time. You a foolish woman, man. I'm bringing this out because, listen, you being tested. When you be tested, listen. The woman might show the true colors, man. Show them true colors, right? Outright. I said she an evil and wicked person, and you know, a woman is very carnal. She's very carnal-minded. You understand? And if not for the truth, the majority of our women that you see out there is what will happen to our sisters. If not for the truth and brothers coming to the truth, they're able to raise up a woman, man. You understand? You going through these trials, your woman might make it worse. This is the head went to Job and say, man, curse the Lord and die. She in her feelings, she emotional. She missing them kids and all of that. Man. What Job say to her? I read it again.
But he said unto her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh.
You're a fool for saying that. You're a fool for saying that. For questioning me like that, because we going through this thing, man. You're going to stand firm and still serve the Lord. Go ahead.
What? Shall we receive good at the hand of God, and shall we not receive evil?
Listen, he said, shall we receive good from the Lord and not receive evil with it? Meaning, you think we're not going to be tested for all the things the Lord has blessed us with? Like Job cutting. You understand? Meaning this, you think we ain't going to go through something? Look how the Lord has blessed us. Look where we at. Even though we lost our children, even though I lost my health, it could be worse. You think we ain't going to go through some tribulation? You think evil ain't going to try to come and take us out? You understand? After the Lord has blessed us and gave us all of this possessions and wealth and things like that. That ain't how the Lord work, man. We gonna be tested, man. We're gonna have to go through this war. What Job said to his wife was spiritual. What she said to him was carnal, man. It was carnal. Any more on that?
The last little bit of the verse. And all this did not Job sin with his lips.
Listen, in all this did Job not sin with his lips. Why? Because she did. She said something to Job that was very sinful, man, and very wicked and very hurtful, man. Good night. The man got boils all over his body. You understand? He got boils all over his skin. He lost his children too. You think he ain't hurt? You think he ain't going through it? But guess what? I still got to go to camp. Right. I got to go to camp. It is what it is. I got to go. What you want me to do? I got to go. My brothers can die out there. I don't care how many men we got. If we got more than 5, we are going. We going. We are going. You understand? I'm going. I may not have a car. I may not have any money. I may be feeling a little sick, but I'm going. We are guys. We have to go. We be depressed and go through whatever. We're going to camp. We're going to serve the Most High. You understand? And speak this truth and teach this truth, man. This is the warfare. This is the warfare you step into. As soon as you get that oil poured in, as soon as you get that drip, they ain't talking about that drip, right? Right. That drip. As soon as you get this drip right here, that thing, you get that drip slip. This is what you asking for. You asking for it, man. You understand? Be steadfast and endure. Any more on that?
Wow, sir.
All right. Give me endure to the end. Salah. Hold on one second. I'm trying to find it. Hold on. I'm trying to find this one scripture I need to pull out. Salah. I'm trying to remember the word. I just seen it the other day. My jog my memory. Hold on a second. Give me what it said, endure to the end. I'm saying, hold that scripture for me. Shalakia. Shalakia. I'm trying to remember this scripture, man. Give me 1 Peter 1:7. Hold that scripture, right? Read the endure to the end first. This ain't the one I wanted up on Peter, but it's close to it. But it's another one I'm trying to remember what the hell it says. I'm trying to find it. No, man. All right, just go ahead and read the endure to the end. And you can read this last one in Peter, and let's sit up, right?
Matthew chapter 24, verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end,
He that what?
shall endure unto the end.
Listen, you endure to the end, man. Whatever you're going through, whatever it is, endure, man. Endure to the end. It's gonna have to happen. You know what I'm saying? However the Lord wants you to suffer, just go through it. It is what it is, man. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna quit? What you gonna, man? Listen, man. All these things, man. Come on, man. Nah, man. You just gotta go through it. It is what it is, man. The Lord is doing something. I don't really know what He's doing, but damn it, I know that if I stay fast and be strong and endure, we'll be fine, man. This warfare got to endure, got to keep swinging. That's all. Just keep swinging. Yeah, you're taking some hits, you're taking some blows. Keep swinging, man. Keep swinging. The Lord testing you, man. Keep swinging, man. Just keep swinging that sword and don't drop it, man. That's all. I'm getting cut, I'm getting bruised. That's all right. But I'm cutting and I'm bruising too, man. I'm swinging this sword, man. It is what it is. Endure to the end. Go ahead.
The same shall be saved.
Listen, man, this manifold. It's talking about this truth, this walk, and this truth we endure to the end when Christ returns, man. You swing this, you pick this sword up, man. You hold it, man. You swing it until the Christ arrives, man. Go through whatever you got to go through, man. And just keep swinging. It sounds bad. And this ain't for no Christian. That's how you know this life ain't for no Christian, man. If Job was a Christian, he'd have been eating pork, you know, and love of homosexuality, loving white people as soon as the house fell on his children, man. He'd have been doing that. As soon as he lost that job, he lost that money. If Job was a Christian, he'd have been in that church for that prosperity ceremony, like, you know, it is. Quickly.
Right.
But Job was not a Christian. You understand? Job was a devout brother and a servant of the Lord. Still went through the hardships he went through. And you got to go through them, man. This warfare, man. This is the battle of what you call life. You understand? And our life, we chosen the truth. We may be, you think about this, Aku, you understand? Sisters too. Coming in the truth, you're going to be tested, if not more than you were in the world, man. To prove yourself to the Most High. And that's why Job was tested by Satan. You know what I'm saying? That's why the Lord sent Satan to test Job, man. And remember this, the Lord say, I tempt no man. You understand? Satan is the one that tempted Job because the Lord wanted to see what he was made of, man. And when you being tempted, the Lord wants you to see what you being made of. Meaning he got his eyes on you, man. And with that, you got to find some type of honor in it, man. Good night. You can't forget it. You can't forget it. You can't let the things that's going on between you and your woman make you forget it, man. You being tested, that means the Lord is watching me right now very close. With that, you got to find some type of honor. I mean, you got to know that that's honor. I mean, shit. For the Lord to test me and have Satan kill my children, I mean, goddamn. Listen, it was sad. Yeah, baby, it was sad. But the Lord will give us more children like he did Job. We going to camp. You understand? The Lord watching me. And see if I'm going to turn around and turn my back on my brothers and be, oh, I can't do it. I can't come to class today. I can't do it. I can't come to camp today, man. I can't help brothers feed the sick today, man. I'm going through too much. That's weak, man. All right. It's weak. Now give me 1 Peter, man.
1 Peter chapter 1, verse 7. That the trial of your faith.
Say it again.
That the trial of your faith.
Say it again.
That the trial of your faith.
That the trial of your faith. The trial of your faith. That's what you're going through. You really believe in the Lord, you're going to be tested. It's going to be a trial. Go ahead.
Being much more precious than of gold that perish.
Hold on 1 second. The trial of your faith with what? Read it again.
Being much more precious than of gold.
What is much more precious than of gold? What is much more precious than gold? Your faith in the Lord. The work that you do is precious, more precious than gold. Why? Because look at all the brothers and sisters that come. Look at all the things that the Lord increased the truth with by going out there and teaching and speaking and raising the dead and following the laws and statutes and commandments, man. That is more precious than gold. You might go through some trials. There will be trials of your faith because your faith is so valuable, man. Your faith in this truth is so valuable that you will be tested for it, man. Meaning somebody gonna try to come take it from you, man. Just think like if you had gold in your hand. You understand? Like you had a gold chain. You know how the rappers get the chain snaps, right? You understand? You think of your faith, like you rocking that absolute gold, fine gold, diamond necklace, big nice piece on your neck. Somebody gonna want to come get it. Somebody gonna want to come take it. You gonna let them take it? You gonna let them take it off your neck? Remember when the Lord said your laws is about chains about that neck. Your laws and statutes are like, give me that scripture real quick, God. Salaki. Give me that scripture real quick, God. Where it said that laws and the statutes are like chains around that neck. I'm paraphrasing. I believe that's how it said. Last scripture, we're going to wrap it up. Go ahead.
Proverbs chapter 1, verse 9.
Go ahead.
For they shall be an ornament of grace unto thy head.
You got to read the verse above.
Proverbs chapter 1, verse 8.
Go ahead.
My son, hear the instruction of thy father.
He said, hear the instruction of thy father. What is talking about? The law says commandments. Go ahead.
And forsake not the law.
And forsake not what?
The law.
The what?
The law.
Forsake not the law. Remember once again, to be carnally minded, you are forsaking the law. To be spiritually minded is to obey the law. He said, my son, forsake not the law. Go ahead.
Of thy mother.
Of thy mother. Go ahead. Meaning what? Meaning what? Stay teaching them the law, statutes, and commandments, man. They the ones that you, who teaches your children? When a man goes out to war, who teaches the child? The mother does. Who is in charge of the mother? I am. Salakia. The man is. You're teaching that child to obey the Lord. Go ahead.
For they shall be an ornament of grace.
They shall be what?
An ornament of grace.
Go ahead.
Unto thy head.
Go ahead.
And chains about thy neck.
And chains about that neck. Like jewelry. Be an ornament to that head. Like a crown. It's an ornament for your head. You understand? It shall be a crown to thy head. And chains about thy neck. Now go back to 1 Peter, man. That's when you obey the law. And to obey the law, that's something you got to do. That's why the Lord said faith without work is dead, man. Your faith is like precious gold. It's all like a chain you wrap around, a gold chain you got. You gonna let somebody come take that from you just because your child died? Your child died, you gonna let somebody take that from you because you lost your job? Because you ain't got one wife, because you gotta go live with somebody else because you done lost your house. Is that what you said? You gonna give up this precious gold that the Lord has given you? Just because you're going through a trial and you're being tested, man? Read, man.
1 Peter chapter 1, verse 7. That the trial of your faith.
Of who?
Of your faith.
Faith will be tested. Go ahead.
being much more precious than of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearance of Yahweh Shah Mashiach.
You going through a trial. You understand? It's being tested. You understand? Tested in the fire. All right? Gold is tried in the fire. And it could perish, but also it can become refined. So refined that it received honor in the day that Christ returned, man. In the day that Christ returned and take revenge on the white man for what he's done to blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, and goes to war with them. You got to fight this war first, man. You got to go through this trial. We're going to be tested. And being tested, come out refined, man. Show your faith to be proven as fine gold, man. And do not let it perish. And with that, man, we let a Hebrew speak, man. Listen, pay your tithes. The Passover coming up April 20th. You understand? Jamaican Queens. You understand? It's going to be a glorious time, man. It's going to be packed full. We got the hotels on lock. We're going to shut the hotel down. We're going to shut the Dubai Club down for the trials, the Hebrew Academy trials. You understand? April 19th. You understand? You better understand that the Lord is only dealing with the I.S.U.P.K. under Commander GEN.YAHANNA. Shalom. So, you pay Lord to the King. You cut it off?
Right.
You cut it off yet?
Yeah, right.
Salah. You're supposed to pay Lord to the King.
Right.
Pay Lord to the King.
Warrior with the hands, that's what I'm all about. In my eyes, vengeance in my mouth. It don't want no altercation. Situation won't be critical. This message will be easy. It go to flip or love. Feel like it's something like a miracle. Royalty in my veins, loyalty in my ways. Fantastic learning first. Just the beings in my heart. It's true in every word. Bring light into the dark. Nice nothing more. Shit, I blaze in the streets. Got women full for those. It's not what you want to be. Not been walking with them kings. So I guess I got this pistol for no reason. Niggas stand up great. Twins got to go by the scenes. Won't make it weak. Nah, it won't make it sack off. These niggas baby that's all. Better get it with some back off. I'll be real shit like Saxo. Yo, so fucked out. I gotta say I come forward. No review, no shit. So I call my heart out. It's so hard, but I ain't taking the stay. And if it ain't, you can. And they in the way. My niggas righteous. They real. They down with something. Feel so deep. The trauma, motherfucker. He said he in the school for yeah, no, it's the home. And I don't hate your brother. I'm just too long to my home. Just for they believe God will be the follow. So right people in, 90 years is mine. Sleeping hollow. So when they ask something, we can't tell absolutely. And I ain't sure always, but never. Gotta execute it. It's like I never down on my tail. Something sweet my legs. Shit, I be thinking. Watching my daughters up in their bed. They so smart, and a lot of shit so beautiful, but they ain't like other days, and they can't far from usual. Now I'm missing cause I'm about my father's business. They know this shit I used to do in that 98 and 10, 11, 6. See what y'all hustling is, world make you weak. I found out that the truth was real. The lies I speak, tried everything. I guess me, I'm on the head to me. Now I make the blind see, and I make the dead speak. And teach all my little girls the damn thing. Now with a man, they better bring it to the dead shit. Till I spend the time. This block, that's my handpiece. And I ain't trying to take it out without leaving the film this house. Oh, check it. 144 and then black switch on some hitman shit. She called it 47. Praying for Armageddon. Me and my soldiers dressed for the wedding. Fuck the fame. Ask why tell them I'm loyal to the game. To the right to pray. Loyal to the king. I want this shit later. Loyal to the king. Never stay happy.